Hello there, Trooper. I'm Marshal Commander Cc 1508 Colbalt from the 518th, and today I'm taking around another one of the 518's games. This time we're having a look at Corucant. So if we click the Corucant city, as you can see we've got this large area for ships, and as you can see we have some police gunships, which have an Imperial logo. We'll change that, don't worry. We'll get around to changing that. As you can see on the Corucant dropships we have an interior, which you can store some troopers in, or you can pilot it. Like with our other ships in the games, they are flyable with the same flying system. If you've never seen our flyable ships, there's a quick demonstration. Oh, it's great landing as well. Anyway, over this way, as you can see, we have some Z95s, we've got some Y-Wings, we've got some V-Wings, and we also have some TX-30 tanks. These are drivable, like always, and they do feature in a few of our other games. And as you can see, they do fire and are drivable, and we also have some bark speeders. The bark speeders are drivable and shootable. You just have to enter from the side of them, which I'm trying to do now. Hopefully this one, there we go. By entering from the side, and as you can see they do fire. If you do try to enter from the top, you won't be able to sit on them and drive them. We go past this way, as you see we pass some AV3 cannons, and over this way we have a hangar with an AAT-170, which is flyable, and if we go to the other side of the base, we also have another hangar, with, I believe, another AAT-170. Yep. Over here we have some walkers. Those aren't drivable, that's what I'm saying. We are working on a system that allows us to have drivable walkers, and if you go within this tank, by the way, this tank is drivable. Anyway, let's go inside the base. By these giant doors. And inside the base we have some ATTEs and those, what's their name? I think it starts with an L. I can't remember. Those tanks we see on Malster. I apologise for not knowing the name. Those aren't drivable yet, and hopefully they will be soon. We also have a shooting range, and if we click this button over here, we go to the clone cantina. I say clone one because there's another cantina on this map, which I will show you soon. And if we click on this button, we have the clone barracks. Anyway, if we run over this way, you'll see that we have a little bit of a blockaded entrance into the prison section. Well, we decided to make it so that, there's a specific way you get in here, by obviously passing through a check. And if you go in that office, there's a way how to get in there. What you do is you run down this way, you click on that button over here, allowing you to open this door, and you can see we have this storage room, which I will give you a quick show of the storage room. Mostly it is featured with a lot of different crates, but if we do run behind that wall over here, and we can look out here, we can see the other cantina for the inmates. And it also has some cell blocks. Anyway, if we click on this button over here, it allows us to go through and up this way, over to the balcony. And if we climb down the ladder over there, we get into that office. As you can see, there are 4 different buttons here. If we click the one without a letter, it will allow us to open the door into the cell section. Well, the inmate section. I'll show you how to get into the cells in a second, and a little hint, you use those other buttons over that way. As you can see, we can walk in now into the cell cantina, or the inmate cantina, which is substantially larger than the clone cantina. And as you can see, we also have these cell blocks, which each have a corresponding letter. And remember there were those 3 buttons in the office, all with a different letter? Well, if you click on one of those buttons, the corresponding cell with the same letter will also open, which means that you have greater control of the cells, and you can choose which ones you want to open. And all you have to do is just click on a button with one of the Aurebesh letters, either Aurek, Besh, or Crash, and whichever one you click corresponds to the same cell block. I've opened them all just so you can see into each cell row. They are all the same, with the same amount of cells, but still they are a fun feature and they allow you to have more inmates if that's what kind of RP you're doing. The cells themselves only have one bed in, and that's really all there is to the cells themselves. As you can see, the cell block, they are all identical, and you have the same amount of cells on each side. And as you can see, we have the same rows with the same amount of cells, allowing you to have as many inmates as you need or fill all those cells. Probably not, you can't have a ton of inmates because they won't all fit in cells, but there are a lot of different cells if that's what RP you're doing. Because for all I know, that might be what you're doing. You might play as Commander Fox. Or Thorn, who is way better. Anyway, let's run into the main city of Corucant. In addition, if you do, have anything you want to say about this game, or you have any suggestions, the link to the Discord server is down below. And if you want to come and check us out, RP with us, or just ask about our games, or have some suggestions, or you spot a bug or a problem, just say in there, we'll get right to it, and we'll try to fix it as best we can, or even maybe we'll implement your suggestion into the game, so long as it, works. There aren't many interiors to the Corucant city, but we do have a few which I will show you, and we are working on making more interiors for the city, and it will come as an update soon. We also have 79's bar with a clone who's got a little bit whacked out, and we have a little bit of an apartment block. Anyway, more areas of Corucant. As you can see, we have these stalls over here. We are working on making them that have a little bit more of an interior so you can actually, use them as shops or stalls. Not stalls and the things you sit on, but like stalls and shop stalls. For anyone who didn't get what I meant. And also over this way we have some fountains. And if we run down over here, we can see that we get to the main road of Corucant. Over on the other side of Corucant there aren't any interiors as of this moment. Again, we are working on having some more interiors for the game so that, there's more places that you can kind of visit. Over here we also have the nightclub. This is being redone so that it's a little bit closer to Attack of the Clones, but for now this is the current nightclub we have. And if we run down this alleyway, it takes us to the underworld, or the Corucant underworld. Currently, the Corucant underworld isn't a fully, doesn't have exactly a map to it, which we are well aware of, and we are working on making that, and that will come as an update soon. There's also this little shop over here. Anyway, that is the Corucant city, and obviously the Corucant Republic base, which, again, we are working on making a few more interiors for the Corucant city, so it allows you to visit more places and interact with it in a greater way. But for now, this is the current, Corucant city, and an update for it hopefully will soon come. Anyway, if we go to Jedi Temple area over here, we also have the Senate building, which we'll visit first because it's a little bit smaller, and also, why not? Let's get this out of the way. Anyway, over as you see as we walk to the Senate building, you'll see there's a little bit of a door up that way, next to Palpatine's office. There is a reason for that, and I'll get to it when we get to his office. Anyway, if we walk through the main door over here, you'll see that we pass through straight into the red carpeted corridors of the Senate building. And if we walk through this door, and the Orabesh, by the way, reads the Grand Convocation Chamber. If we walk through the door into the Grand Convocation Chamber, you'll see we have the Corucant pods to the Senate room, where you can reenact the Senate and discuss all your boring meetings about tax and all that jazz. Or, you might decide to play as Yoda and Palpatine and reenact their duel. Or if you're playing on here, you might be a totally different senator or have a totally different chancellor. For all I know, you might not play as Palpatine, you might play as if this is a different era of the Star Wars timeline. Again, you can see there's that corridor over there that just connects this so they get around this way, so you don't have to pass through the Grand Convocation Chamber every time you want to go up this way. Over here we have the Senate Guard, a little bit of a Senate Guard training area, and if we keep walking down this way, you'll see that we have Palpatine's office. Now, as I said, there was that door, and you can see it over here. Now, if you're Mace Windu and you need to be thrown out of the window, because, we all know how that duel went when he fights Palpatine, but as you can see, we have this door over here, and as you know, we can pass through doors. That means that what we can do is you can be Mace Windu, and, you can be zapped out of the Senate, or Palpatine's office, through that door as if you're going through the window. Anyway, let's go to the Jedi Temple. I do want to quickly shout out the person that made this model. It's an absolutely brilliant model, and we're very grateful for it being free and allowing us to use it. We have had to make a few changes so that it allows mobile players to interact with it better. We are really grateful for being able to, use this free model. It's absolutely stunning. Another thing to note, this game was made by the 518th Senior Commander Stitches. Absolutely brilliant guy, and absolutely amazing, creating these wonderful games. And, shout out to him, he's brilliant as always. And as you can see in the temple, this temple is absolutely giant, and there's a lot, of area to cover with, and it has its own set of interiors. And if we run down this corridor, we're taken to a landing pad. There is a corresponding landing pad on the opposite side of the temple, and it is directly opposite the landing pad that we're heading to. Currently, we do not have Jedi Starfighters in the game, but hopefully soon we'll be able to, have Jedi Starfighters that you can fly and, just use. But for now, they are not in the game. Hopefully soon we'll be able to add them, and, that allows you to play as a Jedi and obviously fly around where you need to go to. As you can see, here's one of the landing pads, and as I said, on the opposite side of the temple, there's a landing pad down that way. Anyway, let's go to the Jedi Temple Library. A lot of running in this temple and in these videos, so I do apologise for all the running, which probably makes them a little bit boring, but this is a walkthrough of, the map, and I'm trying to make this as fun as I can as we go here. Anyway, as we pass down this way, you can see there's this massive area just below us for all your Jedi Temple needs, whether you're playing as Anakin and going to purge the temple, or if you're playing as a Jedi, or a youngling, or a Padawan, and you're just, living in the temple, living your normal lives. Anyway, as you can see, we have the Jedi Temple Archives library room, where, you can be annoyed by Jocasta Nu, or if you need to search up where Camino is, you can use the computers. There is more of the library down this corridor, and also down that corridor. Anyway, that's the Coruscant, not the Coruscant library, the Jedi Temple library. And let's go down these stairs just to show you a little bit more of this, area over this way. And then see once we go down all these stairs, this giant area, and it's absolutely lovely. And, if you're playing as 501st, you can reenact the scene that we see on, in the Kenobi show. I won't exactly give details on it, so that it's not spoiling it, but you can reenact that. Or you can be a Jedi and live out your daily lives over here. Currently, we don't plan on updating the Jedi Temple, but in the future we might, so that allows you to have a little bit more, places to visit, and all that jazz. Anyway, if we click on this green button over here, we go to the second floor, and as you can see, we have this giant corridor, and we have a few more places to visit. We're going to go into the Northwest Tower, and I'm only going to show you the Northwest Tower out of the, 4 towers. There's a 5th tower, the main tower, but there are 4 other towers. We have the Northwest Tower, Northeast Tower, Southwest Tower, and Southeast Tower. All of them use the same interior, as you can see, with 5 chairs. It's a little bit bright. We are going to fix that because it's quite bright, and that can also be annoying for some players. But that's the same interior for all these other towers. Now let's go to the Council Chambers, which is the central tower. And this one has a different interior, modeled after what we see in, obviously, Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, and Revenge of the Sith, with, all their seats, and also having, it's a little bit bigger as a chamber, and all that jazz. Anyway, let's teleport over here onto the roof. And you can see by the roof we have, let me try and make it look like a better shot for you. There we go. As you can see in the Jedi Temple roof, on the Jedi Temple roof, my bad. As you can see, we have this area over here where you can obviously meditate, train. And as you see, if we zoom out, you'll see there's a wider area. You can get to all this. I'll just show you the way how to get to it. I won't go into detail on all that area because it is all the same, and obviously you guys can explore it yourselves. But if we pass down here, we jump up here. And as you'll see, there is a corridor down this way, which allows you to go out onto the roof area and also, just relax or do whatever you need to do over there. Anyway, let's go into the 2 last places that we have for the temple. Let's teleport back to the corridor, and let's go to one feature first, then we'll do the other one after. But as you can see, if we go down here, you'll see that we have this door over here. You'll see a bunch of these, as you go through the corridors. If you walk through the doors, you'll see that there is a room, obviously, for you to sleep, and obviously it'd be your Jedi's room. We've modelled this off of Barriss Offee's room, as, we don't really see these rooms often, and Barriss Offee's was the best source we could find of these rooms. We have changed the carpet in some rooms, so there's 4 different, rooms, well, 4 different room types, as you can see, with different carpet, so that, it allows you to, feel like you're using a different room and not all the same rooms every time. Anyway, let's go to the final place of the Jedi Temple, which is near, obviously, those teleport places to, obviously, the roof, to council chambers, all the other 4 towers. Also, you can look out the window onto what we saw, the roof. But if we walk over here, we have the dojo. And as you can see, we have the Jedi Temple dojo. We've modelled this off of what we see in Star Wars Rebels, when obviously Kanan fights the Grand Inquisitor as a temple guard. Anyway guys, that is obviously the Jedi Temple, and that is our Corucant game. We're really happy with how this turned out, and we hope that you guys enjoyed playing it. Again, if you want to check out this game, the link will be down in the description below. And if you want to come and check out the 518th Discord server, where obviously you can make suggestions to the game, or, report bugs, or even if you want to RP with us, the link to the 518th will be down below. We'll see you next time, and may the Force be with you.